Hey everyone, welcome back to Quick Shifts. My name is Jason and today we're here with a Level 2 portable charger from ELEGRP. So everyone, ELEGRP is an electrical manufacturer out of China. So I don't want to hide that from everybody. They are one of those Chinese companies. And this product can be found on their website or on Amazon, and I'll have a link down below to it. So if you're watching this channel, you might have already seen this on Amazon. They did reach out to me and ask me if I would do a video of an install, setup, and usage of this, and to give my honest opinion on it, guys. So I'm going to give you an honest opinion after I've used this for a little bit of time. But before I'm able to close this video out, which will be seconds to you, I'm going to spend a few weeks with this, living with it, charging with it, and seeing what I honestly feel about it, and we'll get into that. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing of it. This is just how I received it from their delivery. This is about 200 bucks. The model number on this is a ECP24. This is a black unit. It's 240 volts, 60 hertz, 40 amps, so it'll do 9.6 kilowatt charging. And it is an SAE J1772 plug, and the wall plug is a NEMA 1450. So I'll try and put that out there so you guys can see that. But let's go ahead, open this puppy up, and see what it looks like. So as you can see, it comes in a nice bag. So we'll pull this bag out. We'll move the box off to the side here for now. Let's go ahead and open up this bag. Dual zipper, so it's easy to open up. Whoa, throw the instructions at myself. So it does have a nice little instruction manual, portable EV charger. And again, if you have a Tesla like I do, you will have to use the NAX adapter on this for this to work. So the instructions give you a product overview, some simple instructions on how to use it, and we'll show you some of that in a little bit here. What makes this one nice and unique is you can adjust the amperage on the unit itself, and you can also delay its starting time to start charging. So it charges during off-peak time, so you can optimize your lower charging fees for your electrical company, depending on your area. Of course, you'll have to look that up and understand what's the best time to charge in your area. So it has a nice little pocket here, which these instructions came flying out of. We'll put those back in there. And then the unit in here is very well packed in lovely bubble wrap. So you can see the 1772 here. We'll go ahead and cut those open. Here's the main unit, and it comes with a holder and the 1450 plug. And then some mounting hardware if you want to hard mount this adapter here, so you can mount that to your wall. So first off, let's go ahead and pull the wrap off of here. Nice solid NEMA 1450. Now one of the things they do at ELEGRP is they have a PBE technology that they use that is a thermal indicator, so it'll check to make sure the plug's not getting hot. If it does, it'll shut it down. It also checks to make sure that you have a proper ground on it. If there is no ground, it won't allow it to charge, another safety feature. And it makes sure that if there's any fluctuations in voltage, it'll also shut it down. So if it sees any conditions in the electricity flow, it will shut that down. Another thing I want to mention while I'm unwrapping this is that they do come with a 2-year warranty. You can see that on the Amazon ad and on their website. So it's really nice to know that they have that 2-year warranty. And you'll see that they do a bunch of testing on the plug to make sure it doesn't wear out. It uses a higher quality of brass, so you have a good plug connection. And they do a lot of plug testing on the J1772 to make sure that this won't wear out. So again, here's the main body of the unit. And this is a nice little holster here. We'll pull that off for right now. Set that to the side. And then on the back, it tells you your fault codes. You have just 2 buttons on here to operate this, so it's very easy operation. There's a nice little protection screen here. Peel that off, everybody loves that. And it's a nice, simple, basic screen here. So we'll take that out and we'll get that set up. And let's unwrap the J1772 plug. So this is made of a nice little polycarbonate. You guys can hear that. It is not a metal plug like some of the other ones are made with a heavy metal. This is made out of plastic. It does have a button to operate the connect and disconnect lock up here. And there is a dust cover that goes on the end here. And then like we were showing you, this is that holster where you can hang your cords on here. And then you can place the J1772 in the holster on the side to keep it nice and tidy. So another feature of this plug is that it has a 25-foot cord. Nice big long cord, so you could mount this on the side of your garage, inside or outside, and this will still reach really far to get to your electric vehicle if you needed to do that. Not everybody has a plug, a 1450 plug, right in the most convenient spot. So it's nice to have all this extra cable in case you need to use an existing plug that might be a little bit out of the way. Now, when you're using a NEMA 1450, make sure that you have the right power, the right wattage, the right breaker on there. For a 40 amp charger like this, at least have a 50 amp breaker if you're going to run it at 40 amps. Now you could always dial it down on the main unit here if you don't have a 50 amp breaker, but do the math, do your research, make sure you're setting this at the right amperage for your unit so you don't have any issues with not enough power, not enough breaker on there. Always be safe, and I recommend that your plug be installed by a licensed electrician. I did do a plug install, you guys can check that out, but license is always the way to go if you can do that. So let's go ahead and take this out to the garage and set it up. All right, so now we're out here in my garage and I've got the instructions and I've done a quick peruse through these instructions. I've got these mounting bolts, but I'm not going to use them, and I'm going to show you why. But first, I want to show you the NACS adapter that you'll need for the J1772 to be able to plug this into a Tesla if you're using a Tesla to charge. Now, if you're not using a Tesla and you're using some of the GMs or Fords or some of the earlier cars that have yet to adapt the NACS end, the J1772 will work just fine for you. And this charger will work for a variety of cars. You should have no problem using it on whatever car you have. But if you have an NACS, you need this adapter. Now, I want to show you why I'm not going to be mounting this. And these two holes are the reason why. You have to excuse my construction mess here. This was never finished up, and my NEMA 1450 plug right here happens to be right below my box. So I have to plug it in here, and in order to mount that, I would have to put the mount somewhere right here. But as you can tell, I've got a hole, so I can't put that mount in there. And so for right now, I'm not going to mount it up. I'm not going to install that mount unit onto this. We're going to go ahead and take the charger unit here. We're going to plug it in and start demoing it. And for right now, I'm probably just going to take it and put it on one of my existing mounts here for the cables to keep them out of the way. But I'm not going to mount it to the wall at this time. But if you were going to do that, let me show you what that would look like. I have to find where I placed that mount so I can show you that. Here we go. So to do that, you would want to find a stud in your wall. Usually they're equal distance apart. In this case, since we have a hole, you can see where my studs are, one there and one here. But one thing I do want to take advantage and show you, when you're mounting things, make sure you're paying attention to where you're mounting them. Use one of those devices that allows you to see cables and things behind the wall. Because if you're not careful, this is the main line to my house. And if you drilled into that, you'd be in a world of hurt and it would be no good. So always be careful. Let that be a safety lesson to you. So here, we'll take a look at this, and I would find one of these, make sure you're not running into that cable, and mount it to one of the studs in the wall and mount it up there, and then you'd have that so you could hang the unit on that. In this case, to mount this, I would need a piece of wood to go from joist to joist here, mount that on there, and then drill it into there. And I might do that yet since I'm going to be testing this for a few weeks. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and take this unit And we're going to plug the NEMA 1450 here into the wall. Allow this to power up. So plug it into our NEMA 1450, which should cause the unit to power up here. And now that it's powered up, you guys can see defaults to 40 amps. You have the clock button to delay when you want it to start charging, or you can hold down this button and start changing your delay time, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 10, 11, 12, back to 0. Or you can change it down to 16 amps, 20 amps, 24 amps, 32 amps, 40 amps. So again, you want to make sure you have a proper plug, proper socket, and in your box, in my case, I have a 50 amp, but you'll want to make sure that you have the right breaker to be able to power this unit for the amperage you set it at. Very important. So we're going to leave it at 40 amps. We're going to take the cable here, it's 25 footer, and we're going to go get my Tesla out there and pull it in here, and we'll plug it in and see how it charges and see what rate we get. Should be 9.6 kilowatts, which should be somewhere around 30 miles per hour that we'll gain through the charge in my car. All right, everyone. So I know I just got done telling you that I needed to mount a piece of wood to be able to mount the harness for it, or the holster for it. And after I plugged it in and you guys saw that there, knowing that I'm going to use this for a while consistently, I didn't like how it was dangling and how the cord was just hanging here like that. So I went ahead and mounted this with just a couple bolts through the studs, making sure I didn't hit the power line that's behind it, like I said. And then I held this up with the mount in there, making sure that this was in the right place that I needed it for the cord to be able to plug into the NEMA 1450 socket. So now I'm going to show you how you mount this bracket. So you go ahead and you find out where you want it, get that lined up properly, take your screw, and you just drill it into this. And of course, there's nothing back here. I've already checked for that. And so we'll go ahead, make sure our screw's going the right way, put it in the position that we want it, and just run the screw in. And there you go, it's mounted. So it does have 2 screws. We'll go ahead and mount the second one too, just to have this fully mounted in securely. Oops. Easier said than done. These allergies out here are killing me. It's that time of year, everything's covered in pollen. There we go, nice and securely mounted. So now we can take the main unit, and in my case, I'm going to run the plug underneath this one. And there's a little stay on the side here. Run the power cord out the bottom. Push it down so it securely fits in there. Securing it in place. Wipe that off, a little dust on there. And then plug it into the NEMA 1450 socket. So now it's not dangling, it's much more secure. And you can see it's powering up and it's ready to go. The green light tells us we're good to go. So now we'll go ahead and pull the car in and plug it in and see how this charges. See if we get any heat in this, any heat in the plug, and we'll watch this first charge just to make sure everything's functioning as it needs to be. Now I'm going to go full tilt 40 amps. So let's go pull in the Tesla and see how it works. All right guys, real quick before I pull in the Tesla, again, you see how I have it mounted, NEMA 1450, plugged into here, it's in the holster. It does have the bracket for the 1772 to hang on if you wanted to, but in my case, I'm gonna let this cable go over, and I have this other 1772 bracket here where I'm mounting it on here, already in place where I can put the cables on it. Nice little setup, because my charger will be on this side with the Tesla over here once I pull that in. So this gives me a cable that I can just use and bring it right over and don't have to worry about coming to the front of the vehicle to get it. All right guys, so I've got the Tesla pulled in here. We've got the ELEGRP 40 amp level 2 charger plugged in. It's plugged into our NEMA 1450. We got the connector here, so bear with me. I'm trying to do this with one hand, but we'll grab the 1772, Oh, something we got to do right away. We need our adapter. So we'll go ahead. Apologize for this mess right now, guys. But we'll grab the NEMA 1450 adapter, and it plugs right into the end of this and clicks in. So now we're ready to go. Let's bring this down to the end of the Tesla. Now we're down here. We'll go ahead and press the charging door, and we'll plug it right in. Hopefully this will turn green. All right, that should mean we're charging. So we'll come over to the Tesla, look at the screen, and it says that we are charging. It's ramping up 1640 amps. It says it'll take us 3 hours and 10 minutes to charge. Now, I didn't have a fully depleted battery. We'll come over to the main screen here. You guys can see that right now it's at 35, 37, 39, 40 amps, 239 volts, and it's charging at a rate of 36 miles per hour, which is pretty darn good. So I'll check in on this in about an hour, hour and a half or so, and we'll see how it's doing. We'll come over to the main unit, and we can see over here at the main unit, charging at 40 amps, 21 degrees Celsius, 245 volts, 40 amps, 9.9 kilowatts, and it's been charging for 1 minute and 11 seconds and counting. You have the green light flashing, indicating that it is charging. Everything is going properly. So we'll go ahead and check back in about an hour. All right, guys, so we're back out here checking on this plug. It's been a little while now. Wanted to see if this gets warm at all. I'm not feeling any warmth or heat on this, which is a good thing. That's exactly what we want. Take a look inside the car. Looks like we have another hour. You guys can't see through that window, but another hour's worth of charging to go. It's now at 256 mile range. We'll go look at the charger itself. And we've been charging for just over 2 hours. And feeling this. No real heat coming off of the unit itself. We'll check the plug. Plug's nice and cool as well. Cable is also nice and cool. No issues there. So everything's working great. Ready to go test this for a little bit of time and see if it keeps up working well. Well, guys, I know it's been seconds for you, but it's been weeks for me. And we're back here with the ELEGRP J1772 plug, and been testing this for a couple weeks now, successfully, I'd like to say. The handle never gets hot, the plug in the wall, the NEMA 1450 never gets hot, and the main unit doesn't get hot. It's worked successfully every single time. It goes into a pause mode once I've hit my charge limit on the vehicle, and the cable's easy to work with, it's nice and fluid, and it just works. So if you're in the market for a J1772 portable unit with a NEMA 1450 plug, this is a win, guys. It comes with a nice little case, has a bracket. You guys saw the install. If you're interested, check this out. I have a link down below for an Amazon affiliate link for me. If you use that link, it helps me out a little bit. I'd appreciate it if you would. But give this video a thumbs up, hit the likes on it, and share this with anybody you know that's in the market for one of these. Thanks for watching. Very much appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.